by 1 goal. Do we have another one of those in us today, Matt?
Oh, one can only hope if you're a lacrosse fan. All of these matchups between these two teams have been very tightly contested.
Number 36 in white, number 36 in blue. That's Haimes and Kloeckl. Kloeckl made the first team all ASUN team. They're in white for the faceoffs. The double pull on the wings, not this time for Utah. That's very pushed forward into the offensive end. Comes up with it. That's a good missed shot, but it stays in bounds. Kloeckl tried to reel one off, and these offensive ground balls, and Air Force comes up with it. Haimes and Kloeckl. Kloeckl gets the win off of that violation.
The ball, these corners are in jeopardy.
So you have Knapp out there after that violation, and Air Force comes up with it. Initially, that's going to be a face-off win for Air Force, but let's see, there is a flag down. So it's going to be against Utah. Free possession. Somebody moved again. That's 2 violations in his last 2 attempts for Haimes, so he'll be back off for the next one. But Utah, Hart, feed to the crease. Forced it in there. Big hit. Ground ball for Air Force.
Guess
They're
who?
off and running right now.
Guess who? Cade Cunningham leading the break.
Hits the point man. Yago turns, shot. The trifecta brings that swashbuckling style. It's a little different than most teams play, and it's been very drift towards him, and he got his line mate there at attack. Those two have teamed up for a bunch of points throughout their careers, and Driggs is on the board, and here comes Utah quickly off of the break. It's a Hart, answers right back. Blow for blow in this heavyweight battle. It took about 8 seconds for Air Force to get down the field and score, and maybe 5 seconds for Air Force off the faceoff to answer right back as Hart just runs down that alley.
You said it, a heavyweight battle. This is punch, counter punch, as Cody Hart just takes the ball off the wing on the faceoff, a nice ground ball, rips it as he runs down the right-hand alley, sticks it low and away.
When you have a guy like Cody Hart, and we've seen him throughout the season, you'll see him on defense, you'll see him on the wings, he's out there on offense. When you've got that offensive threat on the wing, it puts so much pressure. It's not just, a short stick defensive midi who wants to move the ball one more pass. You got to account for him. And that time Air Force didn't.
It's a thankless job a lot of times, and the stuff doesn't show up in the stat book, but the coaches notice guys like Cody, goal scorer. Nice heads-up play.
Hart misses it the first time, and Cole Cunningham, ever heard of him, Matt? He usually has a ball in his stick off of the turf.
Cole Cunningham is a player's play. You got to be 90+ down on that field today.
I think Friday was just 2 days ago.
Yeah, it happens fast. They definitely, it feels like 91 out there on the field today. So, I mean, that's taking a toll.
Pfeiffer's done nice work on the ground balls. He picks it up off of the wing, joined by Cunningham.
Well, Faulkner's going to find himself open. Cade Faulkner able to capitalize, catch, release, low to low.
Utah comes up with the face-off. They had Kloeckl, tried to get him on a little break off of that ground ball, but Air Force fighting and fighting for it. Oh, these are where the games are won and lost, between the restraining lines. Who's it going to be? Utah's in no hurry.
Back and forth. We're at 5-4 right now.
This was awesome. Much like the game a couple of weeks ago that went to overtime. I'm all for some free lacrosse.
Yeah, free lacrosse.
Let's keep playing. We're up for it here in the booth. Let's see if the players are.
These are all high-altitude guys. I think they can handle the heat. What an epic back and forth. We're at 5-4 right now.
This was awesome. Much like the game a couple of weeks ago that went to overtime. I'm all for some free lacrosse.
Yeah, free lacrosse.
Let's keep playing. We're up for it here in the booth. Let's see if the players are.
These are all high-altitude guys. I think they can handle the heat.
The energy is close, and I think this is going to see who can win this track meet.
Yeah, Driggs has shot about 50% on the season as the ASUN's leading scorer for goals. Cade Faulkner, great shooting spot.
At 6 with 4:04 to go. Kloeckl won the rake, but will he get the ball? DePonio in there battling. Pasquarella battling with it. Behind the back flip from Kloeckl. DePonio comes up with the ground ball. What a heads-up play by Kloeckl. Prolific passer, draws all that attention and puts it right on the money.
Yeah, when that pass is on the money, that's an easy finish. And McNamara proving a point. This guy's a good goal scorer, even for a freshman.
Hart comes up with the ground ball. There was a whistle prior. It's going to be awarded over to Utah.
Comes into your stick, it's out of your stick. The defender can't close out.
Finding the seams on defense.
Yeah, nothing Lenskold can do about that. That ball's coming from 6 yards away at 90 plus.
Another win for Kloeckl. Comes up as Pfeiffer just got a step behind and didn't hang his stick with some big dragging wind-up shot. Just shot it off of his ear and found the back of the net.
Yeah, you got to remember, when you're that close, it's not about shooting at 100 miles an hour. It's about putting it where the goalie isn't.
Hart comes up with it. Kloeckl with another win. Keep an eye on that stat. There's a shot. That's a good miss as it was deflected out of bounds. Frieri's out there for Air Force this time against Kloeckl. Kloeckl, oh, he had the first look at it. Nice check by Frieri. And Air Force comes up with it. Some guy named Cole Cunningham, if you ever heard of him. And look at Merrick. Both goalies scooping up some ground balls, getting into the action. Broken finds their way back to a 1-goal lead with 2:04 to go in the quarter. I got to tell you right now, Kloeckl is having a half as well at the face-off spot. Air Force has thrown a couple of different guys out there at him, and now here's that transition offense. Stick deception, pass down low, shot saved by Merrick. Ball is loose out front.
Mac
slide.
That throwback pass is a staple of this Air Force offense.
Oh, it looked like Air Force was going to come up with it, but Kloeckl once again continues this second half domination.
Lies with a hot right ripper. And a big face-off win.
Shot bounces it over the goal, so the freshman Frieri.
Delaware, shout out to DE. Kalen Driggs doing everything for this Air Force squad.
Covered, just drifted towards the middle, got his stick out in front of him enough to shoot it around Merrick.
Yeah, more than just great hair, Ryan Steins offering something in the goals.
Kloeckl with another face-off. Got to get these stats up and find out the face-offs here in the second half because it seems like the field is slanted in the way of the Ute. Pressure at the midfield line. Faulkner runs through it.